What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Nolan. No land. I had to quit running in barefoot shoes. Now let me explain. Training for a few half marathons at the end of the summer. So throughout the year, I've been steadily increasing my mileage. I was mostly running in my Zero Z trail sandals and my Zero Speed Force, along with my Vibram Baquilas. I quite enjoyed running in the Zero sandals. They have a little bit of cushioning and actually they're pretty forgiving for a barefoot shoe. Speed Force, I was running in those a lot, and I don't think I have a review on those. They're pretty versatile and just like a good all-around athletic shoe. And the Vibram, they just didn't fit the same as the last pair I had, and they were rubbing in some weird places, giving me some real bad blisters. Now, this is not the reason why I stopped running in them, however. The real reason is simply because I just wanted to give my feet and my legs a break. You see, when I started upping my mileage by 1 or 2 miles every week, I started to experience some pain. I developed a slight tendonitis in my Achilles. My calves were ridiculously tight after any long runs over 5 miles, and my recovery time was just taking forever, even with consistent stretching and foam rolling. I went to the doctor in regards to my tendonitis. She suggested a few stretches and some strengthening movements for my ankles, but then she inquired about my running shoes, since I had shown up to her office in a pair of Zero Huaraches. So, are you running in shoes like those? I was like, yep, barefoot shoes, all day, every day. She's like, well, if you're going to be upping your mileage, in order to prevent these overuse injuries, you might want to consider some more cushioning and some more support as well. Thus, I purchased my first pair of Ultras. Listening to the doctor's suggestion, I went ahead and got the stability shoe, Altra Provision 5. I didn't want to go back to traditional shoes like Nike or Adidas or something, Asics, something like that. Just because all these shoes have like these tapered toe boxes or these torpedo looking toe boxes. And honestly, just looking at them makes my feet hurt, makes my bunions ache. Ultra shoes are known for their foot-shaped design, as well as the zero drop, heel to toe. Thus, it was an obvious and easy transition for me coming from barefoot shoes. At the time, Ultra was the only company I could find, or that I had came across, that fits all my needs. However, I have since found another company called Topo Athletic, and they have some pretty similar shoes to Ultras. I actually went ahead and ordered a pair. They're different in the fact that they're not zero drop and they have a slight raise of the heel, but it does have the foot shaped toe box. I'm interested in adding a little drop just because for purposes of speed and just to relieve the Achilles a little more. I actually ordered a pair, but I haven't gotten them yet. Maybe I'll do a video on them after I run a bit in them. But anyway, back to the Ultras. Is an engineered mesh, and it's pretty breathable, so no complaints there. However, the material is not very forgiving in terms of like stretchiness. I found that in the forefoot, right around my bunions on my foot, it'd be a little bit wider and I would be happy. But after several miles, they kind of formed around and kind of like molded around my foot. You kind of see my, there it is. And they don't really bother me anymore. Since this is Ultra's stability model shoe, it has a couple of unique features. On this side, it has the guide rails, which is there to help prevent overpronation. Which could have been contributing to my foot and ankle tendon Achilles soreness. This other feature is more unique, however. Ultra has developed this Innovarch, which is basically these 2 pull tabs here, and they're connected to the laces. So when you tighten the lace, it pulls the tab. On the inside, it gives your foot a little hug around your arch. I wasn't sure if I would like this arch hugger, but it's not invasive at all, and it's actually quite comfortable. Just a little, hey, I'm here for you, supportive kind of hug. Now, moving to the midsole. As I said, it's a zero drop midsole, and this model has moderate cushioning with a stack height of 27 millimeters in the toe, 27 millimeters in the heel. It's made from Ultra's Interflex with an ultralight EVA top layer. It also features this unique removable contoured insole, like these bumpies on it. Kind of gives you some sensory feedback. It's like giving your foot a little massage when you step into it, and then after a little while you don't even notice it's there. The midsole is my favorite part because I think it contributes most to the comfort. The cushioning is moderate, but let me tell you, these bad boys are plush. At least that's how it feels to me. They feel plush. So soft. It's like walking on a cloud. This is honestly the softest and most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever owned. I find myself just like wearing them around town or to go do some errands just because they're so comfortable. I just enjoy wearing them. Not only are they plush, but they're kind of springy. So I believe this gives a bit of energy return as well. Now to the outsole. It's a pretty flat outsole with a little bit of like a rocker shape in the toe. It features Altra's rubber foot pods, just some rubber squares throughout the sole. It gives the shoe good grip in most conditions, rain or shine. It features some grooves that kind of give it some flexibility. Pretty standard stuff, but it gets the job done. As far as weight, this isn't the lightest shoe in the world. My 11.5 is coming in at about 11.8 ounces. But I don't really mind it since they are insanely comfortable and they allow me to run for long distances, up to 2 hours at a time or more. If you want to purchase a pair of these, it's going to set you back $130 unless you can find them on sale somewhere. It's kind of a standard price for performance running shoes these days. It's like middle of the road for pricing, I'd say. Overall, I have to say I love these shoes and I would definitely recommend them if you're looking for something, you know, that allows natural foot movement with the foot-shaped toe box, zero drop, but you also want a little more cushioning, you know, for those longer miles. I'll most likely run my first half marathon in these, and I'll have no concerns about performance, durability, anything. Actually, I'm excited to run in these. I think Altra's really onto something here with their whole philosophy with the foot-shaped shoes. I think more companies really need to do this. I'm not a doctor, but I think if transitioned properly, a lot of people might find relief of their running aches and pains, or just everyday aches and pains in your feet, your knees, your back. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but if done properly, I honestly think that this could provide relief for some people. Our whole lives we've been running in these shoes that have raised heels, and then, you know, so your foot's sitting like this, and on top of that, it's getting crammed down into these tapered toe boxes. And I'm not going to blame everything on shoes, because obviously there's form and, you know, posture and a lot of other important things, but this is just one factor, and I think a lot of people overlook it. I certainly believe that wearing normal shoes most of my life is kind of what caused my bunions in the first place. And since switching, my toe flexibility has actually improved. It's not as sore, and it hasn't gotten any worse. It hasn't like corrected itself, but it hasn't gotten any worse. And my flexibility has improved. But be warned, because if you do switch foot-shaped shoes, it's very hard to go back. This is because your feet are great communicators, and once you give them the relief that they've been dying for by allowing them to spread out and sit naturally, when you start putting on these other regular shoes again, your feet are going to scream at you. At least in my case, they scream at me, and they're like, dude, what are you wearing? These off of me. They're just smashing my toes together, and it just hurts. Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, I think I covered everything. Here's a summary. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, and I will do my best to answer. Also, if you have any other questions not related to shoes specifically, feel free to leave a comment. I also love recommendations, so if you have any running shoes or running products that you want to recommend, go ahead and drop it in the comment. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out.
Lap 2, 12 minutes 26 seconds. Lap pace 12 minutes 26 seconds.